Well, here's the headline. Trudeau scolded by Chinese president over leaked conversation. Let's take a look at the video.
Everything we discuss is then leaked to the paper. That's not appropriate. And that's not how the way the conversation was conducted. If there is sincerity on your part,
free and open and frank dialogue, and that is what we will continue to have. We will continue to look to work constructively together, but there will be things we will disagree on, and we will have to.
Let's create the conditions first.
The way he scurries off there at the end. And this isn't a pro-Xi video here. I think that he's a psychopath. I think he's a psychopathic dictator. And that's why I would like Canada to have a strong leader that other world leaders would respect, which obviously that's not the case here. So let's just recap what was said there. Everything we discuss has been leaked to the paper. That's not appropriate, Xi told Trudeau. And that was through a translator. This is at the G20 summit on Wednesday morning. That's not the way the conversation was conducted. So he's talking about a private conversation that he had with Trudeau, and then details of it were leaked to the press. But anyway, following this, Trudeau interrupted the translator, so most of what Xi said next was not conveyed to Trudeau, but a fluent Mandarin speaker talking to Global News interpreted his follow-up comment as being threatening in the kind of way that a mafia thug might threaten someone to intimidate them. The comment from Xi roughly translates to, quote, "If there is sincerity, we can communicate well with mutual respect. Otherwise, I don't know what the consequences will be." The menacing tone of this statement was likely not conveyed. Trudeau replied by telling Xi that in Canada, we believe in a free and open and frank dialogue, and that is what we will continue to have. Now, that would be good coming from anybody other than Trudeau. You know, Emergencies Act Trudeau. You know, freezing the bank accounts of political dissidents Trudeau. You know, internet censorship bill Trudeau. And when he says it, it just sounds like this canned statement. It doesn't sound like he believes a word of it. Obviously, he doesn't, by his actions. Every time Trudeau talks about how important it is to preserve free speech by censoring everybody that he thinks is mean or doesn't like him, you know, it kind of sounds, to me at least, like he doesn't believe in free speech. And this is tough because on one hand, I just want to stand up for Canada and I want our Prime Minister to be respected. But he's not. That's just the truth of it. And after he lied about mandates, he just completely lost me after that. I will never believe another word that man says again. So anyway, he talks about how, in Canada, we believe in a free and open and frank dialogue, all things that he doesn't actually believe in. And he continued, we will continue to look to work constructively together, but there will be things we disagree on. Yeah, working constructively together. Do you mean like working together to have secretive Chinese police stations in Canada? Oh, I wonder what they do. Well, I mean, they obviously don't try and coerce Chinese nationals into, spying on the companies that they work for, or intimidating political dissidents, anything like that. Or maybe they can work constructively on this. Canadian intelligence warned PM Trudeau that China covertly funded 2019 election candidates. Let's see, China has allegedly been targeting Canada with a vast campaign of foreign interference, which includes funding a clandestine network of at least 11 federal candidates running in the 2019 election. Let's see, and this was delivered to the Prime Minister and several cabinet members in a series of briefings and memos first presented in January, and we're just hearing about it now. Yeah, I guess Justin didn't believe in open dialogue enough to mention that for all this time. I wonder why. But anyway, back to this dressing down that Trudeau got. A visibly agitated Xi cuts in before Trudeau can continue, telling him, let's create the conditions first. I just don't get the feelings that he has much respect for Trudeau. He then wasted no time in shaking the Prime Minister's hand and walking away, leaving a stunned Trudeau speechless. And then he ran off, as you saw in the video. walking weirdly. Let's see, Xi was reportedly upset at media reports that Trudeau had raised serious concerns about alleged Chinese interference in Canadian elections, a topic that came up during their 10-minute conversation the previous day. Now, did Trudeau bring it up? Did he bring up the alleged Chinese interference in Canadian elections? Says he does. Xi there apparently says that he didn't. I don't believe either of them, so who knows? So I think that the Chinese president knew exactly what he was doing. This was a calculated move to humiliate Justin Trudeau and by extension Canada, because he's not going to do that to Biden. He's not going to do that to Macron. He's not going to do that to anybody else, not publicly like that. So I don't know what to say other than, well, I didn't vote for him. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. I thank you so much for that. I will see you next time.